In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the boost control valve on this Audi A4. This happens to have the 2.0 liter turbocharged engine. This is going to be located near the front of the engine, right in front of the turbo. Let's get into it. Remove these two screws. Use a Phillips head screwdriver. And grab this intake, slide it back. It's going to separate right there. You can pull these two pieces out. Using some hose clamp pliers, we're going to remove the snorkel. Just squeeze this clamp, move that down, loosen the top up. And using the hose clamp pliers, move the hose clamp down below. Squeeze that. Just going to use a pick. Just get underneath here just to loosen this up. Peel that off. You can do the same below or just twist it back and forth a little bit. Pull that up. Just going to take a rag and just put it in the inlet of the turbo. We just don't want any debris to fall in there. And down here, you can see where there's a hose. This one has a wire tie holding it on. This may have been replaced before, but there should be a clamp right there. You may have to cut it off. We'll just cut these wire ties off. Or you might be able to use a straight blade screwdriver and just loosen up the clamp. I'll just use some hose pliers. Just work that back and forth. Take that hose off. And there's another clamp right here. Let's try to get that off. Take that wire tie off. And using the hose pliers. Slide that out of the way. Now the connector, I'm just going to use a pick. Just push the tab out, and then push the connector down. It's a little hard to get to the clip to unclip it. Here's the connector. You want to push that down if you can, but it's a little tricky. So if you just take a pick, just go in there, and then you can push it down. Now there's two screws on the front. We're going to use a T25 socket or bit to remove those screws. Just trying to get in there without getting in the way, just like that. And we're going to take this bracket off, use a 10mm socket. There's two bolts down here. Get those both loose. That bolt out. You can see this is loose. Tip it around. There's a clamp right there. We need to loosen up that clamp. I'll just take a pick, loosen this up, or even a straight blade screwdriver. Just try to spread the clamp apart. And grab the hose, slide that off, and there it is. Now we're going to swap the bracket over to the new valve. Use a T25 socket. Take these screws out. Put the new valve on. Get the screws started. Now you can install this on the car. Now grab that hose, pull that up as much as possible, get that lined up. And if you have a tool that you can squeeze this clamp, you want to tighten that down, or you can use a different type of clamp. Squeeze that, that's on there tight. Get that lined back up. All right, get those bolts started. I'll tighten those down. And tighten those down. That's good. Now reach down, connect the connector. Right there. Just line it up. Lock it in place. If the retainer is still good, you can push the retainer in right there. Then we want to put these hoses on. If you can reuse the clamp, do that. Put that hose on. We're going to use a wire tie around there. And just tighten that as tight as you can. That's good. Just make sure the hose doesn't pop off. And we'll trim the excess. Take the other hose. This one I'm going to start the wire tie first, because it'll be a little easier. Put that over. And push the hose on. And we'll tighten that up. And trim the excess. I'll pull that rag out. Make sure nothing falls down in there. Get this snorkel ready. I'm going to put the hose clamp pliers on first so I can put this together all at once. Just slide this in place. And before I release the hose clamp pliers, we'll just get this started up top. All right, that's lined up. Now we can release those. That's good. Slide this clamp closer. All right, that's in place. That's good. I'll just line this up. Good right there. Get the 2 bolts, 2 screws started. Snug those down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.